Do you have ideas?
Well, I think they're a little bit overrated. Let me explain. Hi guys, Jamie Francis again. One thing I've really learned over the last few years is execution over ideas. It's so huge, it's massive. I always thought ideas, you always had to have a great idea. Like, you know, if you're in the filmmaking space or any kind of like creative endeavor, an entrepreneur, whatever, having ideas is not bad. But if you don't execute on an idea, it's literally nothing. It's like a dream. The worst thing you can have is dreams. Just do it. You just got to do it. Like my buddy, Shia. Do it! Yeah, you tell him. It's all about actually doing the thing. Although just saying, just do it, how do you know if it's gonna work? I just stumbled upon this channel of a woman named Jen, who has a channel called Silver and Solo. Very simple. And she's a 50+ single woman who basically walks her dog. And I realized that she's from the island as well. I have a soft spot for people on the island. I think this place is beautiful. So that's kind of inspired me to do this like dog walking my dog, and do this little vlog. She made 10 videos, a 10 video series that she started not very long ago. I believe the channel, she started it this time last year, but she didn't post until like July or something. It's kind of look ridiculous when I think about it, like people making excuses to make things. She said she's like barely even been on YouTube before she started. So anyway, she made 10 videos, got monetized, and her first month, she made over $2,500 just like very simple editing. I kind of seen this new trend where, and this kind of goes with this idea, kind of a bit of a tangent, but the AI, and I believe like channels like this, and people are going to be like yearning for authenticity, and it's already becoming a thing. Look at this cool shot here. It's miserable out, but like beautiful out here. But anyway, people are really looking for like that authenticity, and especially on YouTube. It's kind of almost going back to like an OG YouTube, like kind of like when it first started and people started the first vlogs. And I love it. I think it's great. The hyper-produced stuff, there's a place for it, of course. I just like the authenticity in it. And I think that's what's really drawn people to her channel. And again, to being like a slightly, like a little bit on the older side, she says it's like act 3, which is, I think this is great. I encourage so many people that I meet to like start stuff, especially if they're like kind of like have a little bit of an outgoing personality, or even like, again, even introverted people can, like I'm pretty introverted, I'm a homebody, but I just love this format, and I love kind of like sharing ideas. And anyway, I'm kind of rambling. It's cool down here. So why do I even bring up this channel? Well, I think it goes right hand in hand with what I've been talking about in this video, and it's like ideas. She of course had this idea to start this channel, document her daily life. And like if she had just sat on those videos, didn't post them, didn't be vulnerable, it takes a huge amount of like guts, you know, kind of humility to post stuff that could be perceived as cringy or whatever. You know, not like any of my content's cringy. The execution of her channel trumps ideas so much. In the past, I've worked on an idea with a friend of mine, and it's called Man School. We wrote a script. We were super proud of the idea because we thought it was quite original. We were so naive. There was essentially like 2 movies that were basically exactly the same. Not exactly the same, of course, they had higher budget. Billy Bob Thornton was in it. It's called like School for Scoundrels. It's basically just this idea that there's a guy who is kind of a ladies' man, or kind of an alpha male, and he sort of starts a school to like help loser guys pick up women. Just essentially was like the same idea. But what I'm getting at is like your ideas might not actually be as original as you think. Let me dig in this setup I have. I bought a really cheap wireless. I'll put a link in the description if anybody wants to check it out. It's like, I think a brandless wireless mic setup. It's decent. It's not perfect. It has glitches here and there, and it kind of rubs and stuff obviously, but it worked pretty well. It's better than just like the onboard mic, and I can kind of like wing the camera around a bit different. Don't have to have it in a set spot. And then just an iPhone, and got a little tripod holder. It's just so much easier than lugging around a giant vlog setup like back in the day. Your arms, you have to like, you just couldn't shoot a lot because your arms get tired, and yeah, I don't know how people do it. But even this is like, I have to switch arms and stuff once in a while. I was just sitting here and I saw this leaf, and it looks a lot like this is literally the biggest video on the channel. Posted it in, I believe, 2009, and it's called Water on Leaf. A super inside joke that it's the biggest video we've ever did. It's only like 3 seconds long. I wanted to make this epic sequel where like we're totally overthinking the second part of Water on the Leaf, and it's just get this one shot. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I want to do with this channel. Now, of course, making more no budget movies, I'm going to be doing those forever. And what's really exciting for me is, and again, I don't want to pressure them into it, but my kids are they're very young, but also kind of excited for the future where I can kind of share my passion for this stuff with them. And I mean, I have a 5 and 2-year-old, so we're talking, it's going to be a while until they are actually into it.
Okay. Just gotta pick up her baby at 7.
I'm actually gonna pick her up at 6.
Oh, earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pick her up at 6, 7. Like
6 and 7.
put-
In between.
I put this like 94. I'm gonna pick her up at 94.
94? That's a weird time.
Well, I am gonna pick her up at that time.
Okay. It's so funny. I just was thinking, she's just like riding her bike, grass stains. I just changed her pants. Grass stains all over it. It's funny how kids, like when they're like 5, you learn to be self-conscious. Like it's something we learn to do. And like when you're 5, you just don't care. But you learn to be more self-conscious over the years. It's funny. It's a funny thing.
My oldest was actually in my award-winning short called Waiting, 1 minute short. She was the alien. Kids are awesome. They really inspire me. Again, too, being older and having kids slightly older than, I guess, convention. I don't know. I keep saying that privately, and I don't know if that's actually true. People have kids at certain different ages, but it's so relative. For me personally, again, nothing against any other lifestyle situation or lifestyle choice or anything, but it really kind of invigorated me. I kind of living life through their eyes again, which is like super exciting. And it's like generally like super cheesy, but you know, I get to go to like first baseball games, and my oldest is in like kind of like a softball t-ball, and it's I don't know, it's super fun. Stuff like that is like just gives me a lot of like energy, excitement for the future. Got a lot of my ideas across. Again, like I was saying, I kind of want to make these pretty consistent. You know, if it's not super polished, oh well. I think I'm providing enough value. Really want to thank people who checked out the first vlog of this series. I'm trying to resurrect this channel. I'm going to get it monetized, and I'm going to start earning money on this channel. And that's, again, it kind of goes against what I was talking about. I'm actually really quite inspired. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and you know what I really love is comments. And I'm kind of like a comment junkie. I don't even care much about the views and stuff. I love when people just have like thoughts and questions. If you comment on this, I really appreciate it. And I always answer. I answer everybody's comments, even if they're negative. Until next time.